What is going on, guys? It's your boy Zachy B here, bringing you a brand new video, and in today's video, this is the first Hearthstone video that's going up on my channel. I'm going to be reviewing the Aggro warrior deck in Hearthstone. Now, this is a very straightforward and fun deck, and it's great for farming that golden warrior because, of course, the games are very short compared to the control warrior counterpart, but also this can be a really good deck for climbing ladders. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you guys how to play it. First and foremost, the deck list. As you can see, this deck is extremely inexpensive, coming in at just over 2,000 dust. Only 2 epics in the deck, and the only legendary in the deck is Sir Finley Murgleton. If you did not know, he is acquired in League of Explorers. He is in the 3rd wing, so that's going to cost you 2,100 gold to get him, or you can just purchase it. But yeah, this deck is extremely cheap. I'm not going to go over replacements in the deck because if you can't afford this deck and it's that cheap, you should be looking for budget decks and not an actual meta-friendly deck. So look for some budget decks. HearthPwn.com is going to be your best friend. I actually got this off Hearthstone, so go over to Hearthpwn if this is too expensive for you. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, like the mulligans and the playstyle, I'm just going to comment that this deck is extremely useful because of its unexpectedness, because in the meta right now, the 2 warrior decks that are the strongest are the Control Cthulhu Warrior and the straight-up Control Warrior. So as time passes, this deck is going to lose effectiveness because it's going to gain in the meta. So just keep that in mind. If you're not playing well, that's probably because, so try maybe a different deck. But that's the reason, if you're not having luck, that this is not going to work so well, is because it shines in unexpectedness. But like I said beforehand, this deck is really straightforward to play, and the mulligans are no exception. In your starting hand, you always want to keep N'Zoth's First Mate, Fiery War Axe, Sir Finley Murgleton, and finally Bloodsail Raider. And if you already have a weapon in your starting hand, you can also keep Upgrade, because omitting certain situations where you might be 1 damage off lethal, you're always going to use Upgrade to give a weapon 1/1 and not to equip a 1/3 weapon, because of course we have N'Zoth's First Mate to do that. To give a quick explanation for the cards we're mulliganing for here, we're keeping N'Zoth's First Mate because it gives you a 1/3 weapon, which can be pretty useful in controlling the board early game. We're keeping Fiery War Axe in our starting hand because it is a 2 mana 3/2 weapon, which is extremely useful, can essentially kill any practical 2-drop the opponent might play. We chose to keep Bloodsail Raider in our starting hand because of course it is a 2 mana 2/3 pirate, and we do have some pirate synergy in our deck, but the battle cry is what makes it extremely strong. If you have a Fiery War Axe equipped, for instance, it becomes a 2 mana 5/3, which is an insane early game tempo play, and that can help us out a lot dominating the early game. Now lastly, for our mulligans, what I might deem to be the hardest card to perfect in this deck, Sir Finley Murgleton. Now its difficulty is centered around picking the right hero power for the situation. I'm not going to go and list off every single hero power's pros and cons in this deck, but the 3 hero powers you're going to want to be looking for are the Warlock hero power, the Hunter hero power, and the Rogue hero power. You're going to want the Warlock hero power because, of course, you're going to run out of cards pretty quickly in this deck, so having an extra card every single turn is definitely going to help you out. Hunter hero power is good because you're an aggro deck, and that is dealing 2 damage to the enemy face, which will help you out. And Rogue hero power is good because you have a lot of weapon synergy in this deck, such as Southsea Deckhand, and even Upgrade, so having a weapon all the time is definitely going to help you out. The 2 heroes you're going to want to stray away from are going to be Priest and Shaman. You're going to want to keep away from Priest because the hero power is very slow, and you never want to be healing, you want to be dealing damage, so that's got big no-no. Shaman, it's okay, but you're not really going to get synergies with the totems. They're not really going to help you out that much. You only have 2 spells that deal damage in this deck, so yeah, Shaman, not that good. Priest, definitely not. But all in all, in any situation you get, the 3 heroes are definitely going to be better than your warrior hero power. That is a lot slower than Priest. Even Priest is better than the warrior hero power in this deck, because at least Priest you can heal your minions. Warrior, you want to get rid of that hero power as soon as possible. And that is why Finley is very important in this deck. Now, like I said, this deck is pretty straightforward to play. In the early game, what you're going to want to do is play a little bit slow. Now, when I say slow, I don't mean like don't play cards and just hero power every turn. What I mean is don't go face. You're going to want to control the board in the early game, and then once you have a strong board presence, then you can start going face. And the joy about this deck is that you can use your hero's life as a resource. Now, if you have a weapon, it's like having a minion with that much attack with unlimited health. So if you're using your weapon to clear the board, you can build a board presence in the early game and use that in the late game to attack face. In the early game, if you have the option to either trade using your minion or using your weapon, you're going to want to use your weapon because then you can clear the opponent's board and maintain your board presence, which is extremely useful in the early game. Now, when turn 6 or 7 rolls around, ideally you will have board presence, and at this point you can start swinging your weapons face, because at this point you should have a handful of weapons, so you can always have a weapon equipped, and you can always be swinging that face. And you're going to have some major damage dealers, such as Heroic Strike and Mortal Strike, and even Gorehell can be used to deal a lot of damage, so you should have no issue dealing 30 damage over the span of 4 or 5 turns. So that's essentially the entire deck's game plan. It's very straightforward. Just a few comments. Coldlight Oracle is put in the deck because we're not always fortunate enough to get the Warlock Hero Power from Finley, so we need some source of card draw. And although it does give your opponent cards as well, it's very powerful and it's a very strong utilization of drawing cards. And also Brawl is in this deck because although it may seem strange, it isn't really used as a regular card. You're only going to want to use it in worst case scenarios where your opponent has a major board, and hopefully if they play a taunt and a lot of other minions, you can brawl them away and just keep going phase in the late game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the analysis portion of this video. If you want to see this deck in action, stay tuned because I will be playing 2 games with it with a live commentary, analyzing my plays and seeing what I could have done differently. If you guys are super eager to go play this deck, I won't hold it against you. You can go exit out of this video and go play it because I know it sounds like a blast. Nonetheless, I did put a lot of effort into this video, so if you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a rating down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Zachy B, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, so figuring out that NVIDIA Shadowplay doesn't work on Hearthstone, and a wasted few games of recording, we are here to play some Aggro Warrior. Garrosh versus Uther. If we are going against N'Zoth, we pretty much lost. This hand is insane. I'm gonna send out the other axe because we will have a 4-3 weapon. This is the joy of this. I'm actually gonna... Oh my god. Okay, so, this is pretty much what we could have asked for. Not gonna be needing Brawl, but... So here I might actually coin out the axe, and then next turn I can play Bloodsail. I think I'm gonna do that. And then next turn we can get a Bloodsail. We can kill anything he plays. Oh, it's an N'Zoth. We gotta just burst him down. Gonna play the Bloodsail here, and then do this, and then next turn I can upgrade. Could have played the first mate, but then we couldn't get a 5-3. The only thing we get punished by is like Aldo or Humility. So he plays the guy. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. So we're just gonna keep going for it. Next turn we can upgrade. Holy crap. This is not normal, this hand. A Finley would make this, a Finley top deck would make this complete. Yeah, we've already done 7 damage with our weapon, and we're about to turn it into an Arcanite Reaper. Has a pyro quality. That's what I was afraid of. Still gonna be searching. Going to use the upgrade. We'll be swinging face with it. He's getting down. Getting down there. Gonna save the Brawl for N'Zoth if it gets that late, but if it gets that late, we're probably already lost. We have 5, 9, 12 damage here. Plays a Doomsayer. We don't really have a minion to play in the first place. I do have that, so what I'm going to do is swing, and then hero power, and then just pass. So at this point, he's kind of inclined to heal. The only taunt I know they play is, well, he has that heal. The only taunt I know they play is Tyrion. So I'm still going to play that. Do I? I could... No. Actually, yeah. No. I'm gonna do this, and then hero power. If he trades, he's at 12, 4, 8, 11, 13, but we don't have enough mana. Next turn we could Kor'kron and then bash whatever he plays. He's going to Forbidden. He's thinking about Forbidden. We know he has it, yeah. He forbiddens, he's up to 29, 26, I can't count. That's good for us. More steam is always good. We're going to swing because we have weapons galore. Like I had said in the video, if you have weapons in your hand, which you should, you can keep swinging. Tyrion's probably going to come out. Tyrion comes out. Here's the plan. I'm going to play Arcanite, get the free Corsair, play the deckhand. We're going to do that, hit that, hero power. He's at 16, he's going to attack that. He's going to be put down to 13. We have 9, 13. He has to heal or we win. He might play greedy and try to play a Sylvanas or a Cairn, or he might heal again. If he does heal again, that'll be pretty good. He might play actually Rag Light Lord, but if he heals, if he just Forbidden heals, that's really good for us because he'll be out of heals, except for Rag. So all we're hoping for is that he plays greedy here.
Move quickly.
Plays a Doomsayer and heals up. We get our Finley, so I'm gonna hero power. So the thing with Finley, you can use your hero power twice. So we're gonna play. This is 4, 5, 8 mana here. I'm gonna trade and then bash. So we're gonna hero power, then use Finley. Grab the tap. Tap. Get the free Corsair. Trade here. Gonna hold on to the 5 attack. We don't have another weapon. He might just play N'Zoth here. Plays Rag. This is bad for us because he's kind of wasting, or I'm kind of wasting all of my burst trying to kill him. We'll tap. I'm gonna trade. Actually, that'll be going against what I tell you guys. So I'm actually going to Mortal Strike and then use my weapon to kill it. Not in a good spot here. Plays a Humility. We're slowly running out of options, unfortunately. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna keep that alive. Holy shit. We could save the upgrade. Do I want a 4-3 or do I want an 8-2? I think we're gonna save it. So we'll tap. Just gonna go there, and then we're gonna go face. I do want the 8-2. That really invites me. Maybe this is like an Anyfin Death Paladin? Or maybe it's just an Anyfin Paladin. It might just be an Anyfin Paladin. This is very good if it is an Anyfin Paladin, because that means I'm not gonna see another Tyrion. And that means that his Anyfin's gonna summon some Cold Light, so he can't really get a combo off. If he does blow me below that threshold, that's actually even better for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Gorehowl. I'm going to upgrade the Gorehowl. I'm going to Bloodsail. And I'm going to go face. He is inclined to trade, so that's good. So he's trading. We have 8 damage. That's 14 damage. That is enough damage. Healing up, healing up. Oh, what am I? Yeah, lay on hands. What am I even thinking of? Of course. Is that enough though? 8, 12, 18. We don't have enough. We don't want to tap anymore because we are getting really low. Best thing we could get here is a deckhand and then tap into a... I think I'm going to tap. No, I don't want to tap. Let's see. He played 1 to uncharge. So his anyfin's going to give him 4 charge damage. So he's going to have 8. So we'll be... he'll have 8, 9, 10. Huh. I think we just need to just go for it. We can't tap. 8, 14, 18, 21, 22. We just gotta go for it and hope we get charge damage. I'm not gonna use the mortals. I'm not gonna use the heroic strike. We can actually tap because we get some armor. Okay, we have lethal next turn. Unless he attacks face. Then we don't. Shoot. We'll have 1, 5, 7. We'll be 1 damage off. And he swings. Oh, this is going to be a close one. This is going to be like 1 damage to 1 damage. So it's all in this top deck. Oh my god. This is so skilled. I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at it. See, this deck is good. You don't even need skill. You just need luck to play it. Alright. Bringing us one more game. Hopefully we get a loss because you've seen a win. Now you gotta see a loss. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know what cards I had in my deck left, but there were probably a lot of cards that would have won the game there. Any damage. It was 1 damage. Anything. So, yeah. Okay, gonna send back everything, unless we get something good. So, like I said, you only want to keep upgrade when you have a weapon. So, we're gonna send that back. If we were against, like, a priest, I would have kept it, because priest you can play a little slower. Complete utter garbage in the hand here. Maybe this might be the loss. I thought it was an Azoth for the longest time. Because he had played a Loot Hoarder on turn 2. And he was running Forbidden. He was running Raglai Lord. That might be a new deck. Anyfin Azoth. Might have to check that out. I'm not going to play the deckhand because you can just hero power it. Very bad starting hand. Gonna hero power. Very bad starting hand. I might coin out the weaponsmith. Sends this guy down to 2. It's decent. Very slow starting for this person too. Good for me. Actually bad for me. Probably Cthulhu. Maybe N'Zoth. I am going to save this guy for Zarl. Or I can just use my weapon as Zarl actually. Because, like I said, you want to use your weapon. Next turn we can get a 3-3 weapon. Pretty decent. Or we can use our charge. I like the 3-3 more. And playing this guy. Because we need a pirate, of course. Very slow by the rogue here. Turn 4. Yikes. I don't know what that person is cooking. We're going to start swinging. Because we want to end this game before they can do anything. This is a good turn 5 here. Not much you can play here that'll destroy us. Skulker, that's fine. Gonna trade here probably. Still good for us. We'll have a 3-2, a 4-3 charge, and a 3-3 taunt. Get our draw. We don't need it yet. Plunder and charge. Hit that in the face. That is a Cthulhu deck. Pretty good for him. Wasting a lot of his removal. Wasting a lot of his removal. Clearing my board though. props for him, but still. 3, 7, 10. Turn 6 win. Not even a good starting hand, but still. So this just goes to show you the absurd amount of power that this deck brings. You guys got to try this out, because this is a very good deck. So, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you made it this far, rate the deck out of 5. Tell me what you think in the comments. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.